What's up everyone and welcome to the club. In today's video we're creating a pencil illustration of Nemo. For this lesson we'll need some paper and a pencil. I'll be drawing with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil with a 2B graphite stick. And if you want more details on our art supplies, I'll leave the links in the description below. Now I want to begin by blocking out the basic shapes of the body before we get into the details. Let's start by sketching a line going across the center of our page from left to right. So start on the left side, go all the way across towards the right. I'm going to place another line going across the top and bottom on the right side of our page. So let's start from the top, come all the way down towards the bottom. Now you use these two lines to help us create an oval on the right side of our page. So from that center point, let's move up. Just going to mark off the top of our oval. Let's measure that distance from the center down towards the bottom. Now we're going to do the same thing across this horizontal line, but we're going to pull these lines coming in. So right about here, measure that distance from the center over towards the right. Now you want to connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our oval. We'll start with the left side. Just going to pull this down. And this oval doesn't have to be perfect. We're just using this as a guide. You can always go back and just smooth this out later. Now with this drawing, we're going to be rotating the character over towards the right. So we're going to see the side of the body. So we're going to connect the top and bottom of our oval with a curve. We're going to pull this out towards the left, down towards that center line, come down and back in towards the bottom of our oval. Now we're going to connect the left side and the right side with a curve, coming down and then up. We also want to take that center seam and bend that out towards the right. So from the top of our oval, bend this out, come down and back in towards the bottom center of our oval. Now over on the left side, we're going to add the tail. From the side, angle this down and out. Just round up the end of the tail, bending that in. Now I want to taper it so it gets narrower as you come up towards the body. Let's add that fin across the top. Starting from the top of our oval, just going to bend this up and out towards the left, round this out, and pull that back in towards the body. Let's add another fin across the bottom, coming around and then in. Let's add that small fin across this curve. So right about here, go up and out, come down and out, round out the end. Let's add that large fin on the right side in behind the head, going out, around, and then in, almost like a half circle. Let's add two small fins across the bottom, coming down and out, and pull that back up, move over and draw that again. Now that we have the basic shape of the body, let's go and add the facial details. We're going to start by drawing a large circle across this curve. So starting from the bottom, going all the way around, and then down towards the bottom. Now this is for the left eye. Now because the head's turned, we want to draw an oval on the right side. So starting across this curve, going up towards the top of the eye, come around, and then down towards the bottom. Let's bend that smile up towards the left. Starting underneath the eye, bend this down and across. Add a bracket on the left side. Let's go to the top of the left eye. We'll draw a circle for the iris, going all the way around. Now let's line this up over on the right. We're just going to tuck this iris in behind that ridge. Just pulling that in. Now that we capture the basic shape of our character, we're going to go back and lightly erase some of these guidelines. Now we're going to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us add some more details and refine the shape. Let's start by adding some shape to this left eye. I'm just going to pull the bottom of the eyelid, just pulling that up a little bit higher. Go across the top of the eyelid, and then bring that back down. Let's add some detail to the iris. So we're going to start by just refining that circle. Add a small circle in the center for the pupil. Now on the top right side, add a small circle for highlight. Let's go over towards the right side. I'm going to start by overlapping that ridge on top of the eye and tucking the eye in behind. And do the same thing, adding a small circle in the center and then the highlight. Let's add some shape to the outside of the cheek. So we're just going to bend this out, come around the cheek, pull that in towards the bottom of the body. Let's go up to the top, drawing the eyelet, going up and then in. Now I'm going to add some more shape to that front fin. So I'm going to add that slit, go back out. I'm just going to add some curves to the outside of the fin and pull that back in towards the body. That dark trim along the outside. Now you want to start adding some shape to the top of the body. So going up, coming across, and then down on top of the brow. Now we're going to add some more shape to that upper fin. Now I'm just going to lightly trace in that stripe going around the face. So start with that curve across the top, come around the eye and down, and just blend this in towards the bottom of the head. Let's draw the top of that trim. Just tracing this along the outside. Blocking that stripe across the back of the body, and then the edge of the tail. And again, we're going to go back and just clean up our drawing. Now we're going to go in and start darkening up our contours, starting with the eyes. And I'm using some thick and thin lines, so adding some thickness across the base, just to give it a little bit of weight. Also add a little bit of a fold underneath the eye if you like. I'm going to darken up the center of that pupil. I use the side edge of my pencil to darken up the top of the iris and then fade that down. And we want to go around that highlight. Add a little bit of texture across the base of the fin with these little lines that go across and just fading them up. And we're just randomizing the gap in between. I want to do the same thing across each of these fins. thicken up these stripes on the ends across the body. Now we're just going to layer some more texture across the fins. And now we're going to go in and start adding some shadows. We're going to place these across the bottom of the body. So we'll just darken this up and then fade that towards the center, towards the top. Now, as we're getting near the end, we're just going to tighten up our shadows and add a little bit more detail, and always be sure to sign our artwork. And that's pretty much it. There's a pencil illustration of Nemo. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single day. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. If you're interested in learning more about today's art supplies, then stick around. This 100-page spiral-bound sketchbook is made by Strathmore. It's got a smooth, fine-tooth surface perfect for your illustrations. Each sheet is 11 by 14 inches with a tight perforated edge that makes it easy to pull out. To find out more about this sketchbook, I'll leave the link in the description below.